Hello there. What is going on, everyone? Today we're going to be talking about some more delays for Star Wars Legion, as well as a couple of predictions, because we are going to have a silver lining to this cloud. It's going to be pretty cool, so we're going to talk about that. Also got a giveaway winner to announce at the end of the video, so make sure you watch all the way to the end, because it is the 12 Days of Life Day, and we are on giveaway day number 2. And these are scattered all throughout the month of December to honor Life Day. And it's a way for me to just throw out a whole bunch of extra giveaways. And if you're interested in winning one of those giveaways, all you have to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment on this or one of my videos. So click that subscribe button, click that bell for notifications. You don't want to miss when new videos come out. I don't really care if you click the bell or not. If you want to miss the notifications, that's fine, because any of these giveaways that are not claimed come January are going to roll on over into Patreon. So patrons will have extra shots to succeed where you have failed. And then your failure will be complete. What am I doing with my hands? I feel like Ron Burgundy right now. Was it Ron? No, it was Will Ferrell, but different movie. Let's get back on topic. So, rolling into the delays. What am I talking about with delays? Well, we already know a lot of Legion stuff was delayed because they've been posting just about everything that was supposed to be released in December has been delayed. However, we do have some, we have some good news because there's some other things coming. But the only thing that was still supposed to be out in December still was Luke and Vader, the operatives. However, as of December 2nd, those have been changed to coming in January now. So those are also pushed into, like, the whole group that got pushed to January and these guys were still left there, they're now also pushed to January. So if there was any doubt that, like, if you were still holding out hope there to get these guys before Christmas, it's not happening. Or before Life Day or any holiday that you happen to, or before the end of the year. It doesn't look like that's going to happen because now FFG's status page has them at January. I think this is just kind of a way for us to maybe be a wake-up call. Don't ever pay attention to that, because it's always wrong. I mean, that's really been the trend lately. Everything on there is always wrong. Even the paints that were supposed to come out Black Friday, we didn't get them. They're not out now. It looks like they might actually be in stores now as of December 2nd, but they were supposed to be out in November also. So, like everything, even the best laid plans are falling to pieces all around us. And I am convinced that the things that are pushed to January, some of them may come out, but some of that stuff is also going to get pushed to February. The stuff that was planned for February, like the tanks and all that stuff, I'm predicting that is all going to get pushed back to either March or even April. I predict something will probably get pushed back until April, because that's just like everything. It's a chain. When one thing screws up, there's a whole lot of other stuff. It's not like they're going to be like, oh, all right, well, we finally have everything. All right, release everything all at once. It's not going to happen that way. It just doesn't make sense, because that's just not the way things seem to go. So, more delays mean more of a steamroll. I don't think we're going to just get this one magical Friday in January where Luke and Vader come out, and then all 4 trooper expansion upgrades come out. Oh, and by the way, Phase 2 clone troopers come out. And by the way, super battle droids also come out. There's no way we're going to get all that stuff on one day. I just don't see it happening. I would love to be wrong. Of course, my wallet would be like, no, don't hurt me like that. But, that's what's probably going to happen. Now, the good news is we do know that there's going to be some new things announced for Legion before Christmas, probably within about a week or so. I would say either this week or next week we should see new things announced. Now, what has been a little unclear is just how they're going to announce this. What they've basically communicated, that at first there was a thing of 3 new announcements, and then they said 5 new announcements, and we weren't sure if that meant articles or individual articles or new products, maybe all in one article. Still don't know. I'm starting to think it's not going to be 5 separate articles, because I think they would have done the first one by now. I don't think we're going to see 5, because usually a game like Legion isn't going to get multiple new major articles all in the same week or so, and they would probably space them out, and I would think if they were going to do that, it might have been like one at the end of November, one each week in December, or something like that. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to get probably one big article with 5 new products announced in it, or maybe like 2 separate articles, like a 3 product and a 2 product, or something like that. I think that's kind of how it will go, if it's indeed 5 products, if that ends up being accurate. But then again, the whole prediction that this is going to drop before Christmas might also get pushed back. And it might end up being like, well, surprise, we're going to have this article. It's going to be before Valentine's Day of 2020. We shall see. I'm being a negative Nancy right now, but I'm doing it just to joke around a little bit because, hey, it's good problems to have. I said this in my Thanksgiving video, and I'm not only thankful on Thanksgiving, but delays are kind of a first world problem to have. I'm happy to at least have a game that I'm, eager to keep playing. So delays just mean, hey, there's a great game in your life, and, I know we all want it, but the fact that we have something to look forward to is also a great thing. So I try to kind of balance things that way. Now, I'm going to give you some predictions on what I think we're going to see announced. Let me summon the wisdom of the cosmos here. What do I think is going to be? I think we're going to see Cassian Andor and K2SO. I think they're going to actually announce those. But just call me crazy. Now, obviously, I'm joking here because these have already been leaked. We already know that they're coming. We don't really know anything about them other than it seems like they're both coming in one pack. So we're led to assume that they're going to follow R2 and 3PO and that they will be counterparts. And that's really all we know. It's supposed to be a commander expansion because it's called commander expansion. So Cassian's going to be a commander. K2SO will be his counterpart. And it's a cool way to get multiple heroes into a game that, only really kind of lets you get at max 4. So I kind of like that. I kind of like the whole option of having counterparts. I think it's cool. But I don't know anything about them. Okay. I'm also going to predict we're going to get Iden, Versio, and Dio, her little droid. I think that's going to happen. I think that's going to happen. Again, this was also leaked a long time ago. Also, Commander expansion. She makes more sense. I love Janina Gavankar. I'm actually more excited about this one than Cassian. Although I'm more excited about K2SO than Cassian. But yeah. So love it. Love it. And, there's a lot of speculation we could do about these. I kind of hope K2SO comes with the K2SO version and then maybe also a generic droid type version that you can just run, K2 series or K series droids. Ever since playing Jedi Fallen Order, there are K2SO lookalikes and K-series droids in that game walking around, and they come and they bop you on the head. And we saw multiple K-series droids in Rogue One, so we know that it's not just the one guy, right? So it would be kind of cool if there was a way to run him as a generic unit also. So in case you want to buy multiple Cassian Andor and K2SO packs, that would be pretty fun. I think it'd be kind of cool. Anyway, I don't feel the same way about Iden's little droid. Iden's little droid is kind of similar to Cal Kestis's droid in Jedi Fallen Order, in that it's just a little kind of, a little assistant that rides on your back and then can go slice things and then go back on your back. Not really that cool of a droid. I'd much rather see probe droids, Viper droids, Empire Strike Back, those things with the jellyfish-looking droids. This is kind of like one. We've also seen stuff like this with, I think it was the second sister, or seventh sister from Star Wars Rebels. So this type of droid is fairly common, and so maybe we'll see more little assistant droids like that, which is kind of cool. I guess I'm okay with that, but I don't really have as much of a connection to it, especially in Battlefront. This droid was not that important. It was, ancillary. It wasn't really a big deal. At least in Jedi Fallen Order, Cal's droid is more important because it kind of interacts with you, and they built more personality into it. Whereas this one, being a typical Imperial droid, didn't have that much personality built into it, in my opinion. But Iden Versio sounds like she'll be really cool. I hope she's really cool. I think she would make it, the Empire doesn't have really good ranged commanders. So I think that's kind of good. She'll be kind of as good as maybe some of the bounty hunters, but in that commander role. That sounds really exciting to me. I kind of look forward to that. And I wonder if they'll eventually make a New Republic version of Iden Versio as well. If they ever do New Republic stuff. It's a possibility, but hopefully that won't be for years. We got plenty of stuff to keep us busy for now. So what else might they do? Well, one thing we're definitely overdue for, and this could be either considered a single announcement or it could be just seen as take the place of multiple announcements, is basically for this the Clone Wars factions. We need those unit those basic the medics, the leaders, and all of that stuff, those generic upgrades that you can fill out your core units with. And I chose this graphic because, hey, we need one of those T-series, we need a generic droid leader, and this guy would be perfect to fit the bill. I think for the clones, I think you go with maybe, I don't think you want like a. I'm not convinced that this guy is the best option, but I think he would work only because there's obviously symmetry here between the Empire. You have the Imperial officer with all their stuff. This guy, like, he's like a bridge officer, right? So if you do like a bridge officer on the ground, it's going to be different than your clone officer who's already there. I just feel like somebody like this is going to look different on the battlefield. He'll stand out a little bit more, and that presence will make more sense. If you tried to go with like a clone in clone trooper armor, it's going to be too similar to a lot of the clones that we're already going to have, and you might not even be able to tell which one is which. I feel like doing one of these bridge officers on the ground would kind of be a little bit more visually distinct if you wanted a separate style leader. You could even call him bridge officer or ensign or something like that. I don't even know what his rank is there. I'm not really that good on ranks, insignia. But point being, I think something like that would be pretty cool. A clone lieutenant or something like that. I don't know. But I could dig that. Now that could be in the form of 2 separate expansions. And if so, that would make Cassian, Iden, separatist specialists, and then Republic specialists. That would be 4. What could the 5th one be? Well, I think since we're supposed to also be getting R2 and 3PO, which gives a new operative option for both the Republic and the Rebels, I think since at this point, basically, the Republic is going to have an operative before the Separatists do, and I think you want to keep symmetry there. I think ultimately you need an operative that could work for, which would be the most balanced, would be Empire and the Separatists. Now, coming up with an operative for that is a little bit tricky. I don't really think there's a whole lot of options. So I said, you know what? We don't have to be perfectly symmetric. We don't have to be. The game's got 4 factions now, maybe more factions at some point. We don't need it to be perfectly symmetric, but at least we need an operative for the Separatists. Who better than Darth freaking Maul, right? Absolutely, I want to see Maul. I want to see Darth Maul. I want to see this guy. I'm using a Hot Toys picture because it's like the best pose I could just find for simple image searches and stuff. But yeah, like, because a lot of the stock images of Darth Maul are kind of boring. And one of the cool things about Star Wars Legion is you can get these amazing dynamic poses because FFG sculptors are freaking off the charts. They're absolutely incredible. So this is one version of the pose that I would like. Like, this is a good pose. I would hope that Maul is a character that gets multiple incarnations, multiple models, multiple sculpts. And I don't necessarily want like the old man Maul from Rebels, at least not right away. I want Darth Maul, Sidious's apprentice. I want this version of Darth Maul. We can have other versions of Maul later on, that's fine, but I want this one to be the operative. I think the older Maul, maybe if you'd start dealing with Mandalorians and the Clone Wars arc that he goes on there with the Darksaber and all that stuff, you can potentially work that in. But I think at that point he's better suited to be a commander because he's actually leading an organization, or Crimson Dawn if you want to take the later in life Maul. Commander version is fine, but at this point he's an operative and he would fit the bill perfectly. So I'm still trying to campaign for Darth Maul. And I did a silly, stupid video. If you want to see my stupidest, silliest video of all time, I'll link it at the end of the video. So I put little videos over on the side. But yeah, check it out. It's something silly. I even got Sam Witwer to comment on a clip from it when I posted on Twitter. Because I did the whole Kenobi scream and everything. It's kind of silly. But if they also, maybe they'll surprise us and do more than just 5 actual expansions or something like that. They might even turn around and give us another operative for the Empire. And I think Inquisitors would fit the bill perfectly, especially now that Fallen Order has Inquisitors. Also, I feel like it's a good time to bring Force users, more and more Force users into the game. And I think Inquisitors, now there's a lot of Inquisitors you can choose from. The 5th brother would be a great option. 7th sister, 2nd sister, is the 9th sister, the Dawutin from Fallen Order. She was my personal favorite. I don't want them to start the Inquisitor journey, though, with the Grand Inquisitor. I don't want him to be the first one, because he's supposed to be like the best among them. And I don't want us to do like Palpatine and be like, oh, right away, here's the greatest unit you'll ever see. And then everything that comes after him will be weaker. But since it's later in time, we've got to make it cooler. And so now all of a sudden the Grand Inquisitor is the weakest one, or the most undesirable one. So I don't want that. I want Grand Inquisitor to come later and make him better. And then, of course, maybe you even come up with some type of sub-faction thing where you can run lots of Inquisitors or counterpart Inquisitors, or you do like an Inquisitor-based list for the Empire. It's just a great way to get more lightsabers, more Force users into the game. Maybe we'll see more Force upgrades. I'm all about that. It's like one of my favorite things to do outside of wanting certain little personal preferences like Gungan armies, AT-ATs, and Rancors in Legion. I know I want some of the silliest stuff, although I think Gungan armies are a lot less than silly, because that's actually standard, like, rank-and-file warfare. That would be pretty cool. But definitely want to see more lightsabers. I want to see Mace Windu. I want to see, all of the classic lightsaber wielding characters from the Clone Wars, as well as we've got so many more now for the Galactic Civil War factions, between all of the lightsaber characters we've seen in recent video games. And I don't want to do too many spoilers in case you haven't played Fallen Order, but you've at least got one, right? You got that main character right there. Plus, you've got like characters from Star Wars Rebels. You got Kanan and Ezra. So it's not like it's only Luke Skywalker for the Rebels. So like there's more they can do, and so Inquisitors are a great start into that and bringing more lightsabers into the Galactic Civil War. And that's just some of my predictions that hopefully, hey, we'll see if I get any right. I think the first two I'm going to get right. I'm not really, if I were a betting man, I would bet for Cassian and Iden. If I were a betting man. All right, guys. Well, we got a giveaway winner to announce. It is a life day. So what am I giving away today? You probably, if you've watched this far, you're probably wondering, what is he giving away today? Well, it is not a Legion-based giveaway. Last giveaway was a Legion-based giveaway. This one is a Star Wars Armada-based giveaway. Star Wars Armada, folks. This is an interdictor promo from Gen Con, and it's beautiful, isn't it? Isn't it beautiful? Look at the back. Whoa! I'm screwing up my green screen here. Whoa! All right, there we go. All right. Anyway, it's an awesome interdictor. This is the suppression refit. And, oh, man, it's nice. You're going to like this one, man. It's beautiful. Look at that thing. Look at it. It's gorgeous. This is not spot gloss. This is a regular card. This was I got this at Gen Con. Actually, I got it after Gen Con. But, yes. And now it's for who is going to win this one? This one is going out to Stuart Smith. Happy Life Day, Stuart. Go ahead and shoot me an email at mailcrabbok@gmail.com. You can find my contact information on crabbok.com under the Contact Me or under the About page of my About page on YouTube. And that's about it. Just shoot me an email. We'll get your contact information. We'll get you squared away. And happy Life Day. Congratulations. If you want to win something, I'm giving a lot of stuff away in December. You just got to be a subscriber. Leave a comment. Hopefully a good comment. Really good comment. Look. I'm sorry, I'm exercising executive privilege. If you leave some kind of nonsense comment, you're disqualified. What do I mean by a nonsense comment? First, sorry, that's a nonsense comment. I don't mind. I might get a chuckle sometimes, but yeah. Or if you're trolling somebody or being cruel to somebody or whatever with your comments, if you're being a negative influence, I am probably going to disqualify you. I just don't attack people in the comments section. Don't attack each other. Don't do physical attacks. I can't reward that. I'm sorry. I can't justify it. Be kind to one another. This fandom is accepting of everybody. And if you're going to dismiss people and be like excessively cruel to other people, I'm not going to tolerate it. So that's my suggestion for your comments. Anyway, but that's what the comment section is for. So we can talk, we can debate things. You can talk about like, hey, I think this would be a great unit. Oh, well, I disagree, but here's what. That's fine. Let's talk, let's discuss, let's debate, let's nitpick, but let's be Star Wars fans, right? Gaming fans. That's what this is all about. Well, that's kind of why I do it. But I'm babbling at this point, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But don't forget, if you want to check out that Darth Maul video, I'll put a link over here. Also, if you're interested in following any of my social media, because some winners will be announced, I'm going to put links down in the description below. You can check out Facebook, Twitter, and Patreon. And by the way, speaking of Patreon, I want to thank my patrons so much. You guys are amazing. So thank you guys for your continued support. Check out these videos. Hopefully you will like what you see. I'll talk to you guys later. Well, happy Life Day. And as always, have a great day.